to the text.
Detectives.
This week we have read the story The Pedestrian. The Pedestrian is a short story, actually a science fiction, and the writer is Ray Bradbury from America.
Check out what the story is about.
Then we will talk about the narration and point of view in the story. The story is written in third person, subjective, limited to Mr. Leonhard Mead. An example that indicated that it's limited to Mr. Mead. If he closed his eyes and stood very still, frozen, he could imagine himself upon the center of a plain. A winter, windless Arizona desert with no house and 1,000 miles and only dry riverbeds, the streets for company. The use of the third-person point of view and the unknown narrator has a good effect on the story. It outdistances Mr. Mead, so he seems more lonely and far from the outside world. Example: in 10 years of walking by night and day for 1,000 miles, he had never met a person walking, not one in all that time. Then we give perspective to the text vernissage, because there are some equal themes. The author's work, the settings, the time, the social environment, the place, and the genre. And back to you, Ida.
And I will tell you a little bit about the setting in the story. The story takes place in 2053. We can see that because the narrator is telling about an episode just a year before. And where does the story take place? It takes place in the city. We can see that on page 2 in the text. There lived 3 million people in the city. It also takes place in USA. We think that because the writer is from USA, and the street that Mr. Mead is living on is called St. James Street. St. James Street is a very typical name in America. We can divide the setting of the story in two. On the one side we have Mr. Mead, and on the other side we have the future people. The future people is technology. They are deaf. They are dumb, like buildings. We only see them when they have flashlight from the TVs in the faces. They are too clean, hard and metallic. They don't go outside, they just need air condition, and when we hear about them, there's cool darkness. There is a directly contrast to Mr. Mead. There is natural. He is the symbolizer of life in the story. His house is sprightly, is soft and warm. We see that in the end of the story when Mr. Mead is sitting in the police car, and Mr. Mead like fresh air. The setting of the text are of a great significance because we hear about the fact that we are going through a development from the natural world
to a world with technology.
And now to Signe.
I will tell you about the characters in this story, and the main character is a man called Mr. Meat, and he is around 60 to 70 years, and we can say that because he can relate to the past, the natural world that we know, and then he isn't married, and somewhere in the text he says that nobody wanted me, like it's too late for him to get married. And that's why we called him old. And then he seems to be running on a self-sustaining basis. He appears like that because he is keeping his habits, like taking this walk every night. Then we have tried to put the characters in boxes to show you the contrasts in this text. So check this out. You probably can't see this text, but that's why I will read it aloud. So here we've got Mr. Meat, the main character, and then the police car, which symbolizes the future people. So it says that Mr. Meat is a human being and the future people are robots. He is thoughtful, they are encoded. He is emotional and they are insensitive. He is warm, they are cold. And he is dreamy and they have no imagination. And then Mr. Meat is the odd one out in this text, and the police car and the future people are the normal people. But in our world we would say that Mr. Meat is the normal guy and the police car and the future people are the odd ones out. And the reason why we can say all this about Mr. Meat is that we can characterize him through his actions, his thoughts and the things he says. So he isn't characterized through directly descriptions in the text. Then the author's sympathy lies with Mr. Meat, which is clear because Mr. Meat symbolizes the warm and the natural and the natural world and life, and then in contrast to the future people and the police car who symbolize death. So that was all about the characters in this story. Now I will throw the mic to my buddy Niklas.
Thank you, Signe. Now we have to talk about the language and style. We think the language is a bit difficult, that there was some words that we didn't understand. Maybe it has something to do with the year it's published. There are a lot of comparisons used in the story to connect the present time of the story with the past, which is our world. When he sees something in the world, he imagines things from nowadays, like this example. But now these highways too were like streams in the dry season, almost the same place in the text. He compares the cars with Garrett Beetles. The way that Mr. Meat compares a lot of things with the past, it tells us that he is different from the future people and that he misses the past. Again, we can perspective the text to a vernissage that is also has difficult language and style. And back to you, Signe.
So now we are edging towards an ending of the program of this week. So sad. But first we need to round off with the themes and the message. So the title of this story is, as you already know, The Pedestrian, and the title refers to the main topic of this week, which is the odd one out. And because the fact that Mr. Meat is a pedestrian makes him the odd one out in this future world. So the text deals with a huge contrast between the type of human being that we know from our days, nowadays, and the future people as Ray Bradbury describes them. So the themes in this story is the odd one out, the future world, consequences of the technological development, and then loneliness. So the author Ray Bradbury has written this text in 1951, and it mirrors his worries about the consequences of the technological development. And worries about development is characteristic for the science fiction stories, so that's why this is a science fiction story. And in the text's age, the TV becomes more widespread, so this whole story is a scare story and a description of Ray Bradbury's view on the future. So he wants to point out where this whole development with the TV is leading. So that was all for this week. Have a nice day. Goodbye.